Yeah, lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, that's the rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you're just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over, regain my composure. No longer my lover, finally finished and you did it. Girl, you really showed me, think with your heart, don't think with your body, clever. Sorry not sorry, sorry not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's not you, it's me instead. I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a... Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. Yeah, lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, that's the rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you're just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over, regain my composure. No longer my...
Iron needs rest. That I from last week. Last week maybe need rest. I remember that comment there.
Are you fresh again this week? You good to go this week?
Me no know, but we go. We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
And I like how we little late. We're going straight into business setting.
Mr. Gonna ask you how you do that, you
know? I'm well for the most part, you know, sir.
Okay. If most things is well, that is good.
Part. Yeah.
Most things are good. Shout out the people over there at Holy State of Mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's the little things, but some things coming together, some things holding
everything. Time on God.
Yeah, a lot of things are entertaining. Champions League was today.
Mm-hmm.
City get their points. That made me happy. Madrid nearly went a fuss. Nearly gained this weekend. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Well,
Good night.
Yeah,
Good night.
Loretta
Good
is
night.
shocked
Good
by
night.
you.
Huh?
I said Loretta is shocked by you.
No. Well, why'd you change? No, different vibes,
Yeah.
different time, different vibes. You know. Who do you feel?
Jujutsu, Jujutsu Kaisen done. The manga is over. But
Over?
One Piece, yeah, One Piece got color spread this week. That was very nice. That made me happy. Well, that's
Yeah.
gonna make me happy on the weekend when I see it. Yeah. So, they good for the most part, man. What about you? How was your weekend?
We good. Good. You know, I ain't wanna wanna go on too much. I just wanna share some condolences to Gigi. You know, I just heard about the passing of her grandmother, so I wanna pass my condolence over to her. Death of a loved one is never an easy thing to deal with. You know, so just take your time and grieve however you must. You know, that's all I can
Hmm?
say.
I'll tell you,
But what's
especially, especially Granny.
mm
Granny does let you get away with things, but mommy not let you get away with.
yeah, so
Granny, yeah, Granny is a special thing. So my condolences as well to Gigi.
yeah. But outside of that, I'm well. You know, I complain. You know, here on this soil. Well, I was here for the weekend. It's almost like a rare thing. But
Mhm.
gone again this week. um, family all right. Family doing well. Pops in town, so spending time with him. I always
That's
appreciate that. Yeah,
mhm.
I always
Yeah,
appreciate
that's
that.
always good vibes. Hmm.
Yeah, so you know
You know what? You know one thing where I appreciate from last weekend too.
what?
Something I appreciate in my wife that she love entertainment.
Oh yeah.
So we were fortunate enough. We was watching some college football
Okay.
Friday night. Amazing game. I went down to the last second, literally. Watch out. One team thought they win, then say the next team win, and then when they check the replay after like about 5 minutes, they say the another
Mm.
team win. And the two have just in here and scream after the game. That was nice. And then it happened again Saturday night. Oh my god.
That's wild.
Tremendous.
That's wild. That's
Yeah,
drama.
yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling
Unwritten
you.
drama, they
It,
call it.
well, Ruby said at one point in time she finally feel like, but yeah, she got the sleep and she hear one set of screaming.
Mm.
Then about a minute later, literally a minute later, one play later, another set of screaming. Yeah, it was bad. It was
That
okay.
was wild. That was
Mhm.
wild. That was wild. I mean, I didn't get to watch any of that, but hey, if you got any parlays you want to send my way, just let me know.
Really,
Yeah, parlays is what it's about right now.
really, oh, so you wouldn't accept no single thing. Well, then again,
But I know we want to
okay,
win. We want to win big.
no, no
Me want low
problem.
risk, high reward. Me not like high risk, low reward thing. Me want low risk, high reward.
Listen,
Me want to feel like me buy a lotto ticket,
I
$2 and
understand it.
walk out
I
again.
understand. Um, how long the parlay got to be? 3 team, 5 team, 7 team,
But right now, every week is every 16. Yeah, me no win yet.
16 team, 16 team parlay you're trying to? What in the NFL? You have 0% shot.
Zero?
You target
No,
for
me not got
16?
zero. Me not got 0%. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of rough. It's rough. It's been rough.
I'm telling you. And
It's rough. It's rough. It's rough.
the underdogs have been crushing it. There are certain things you could have, but I don't feel like 16 is the number.
16 is rough.
Three, three, and 5,
But
something
we
like
gotta
that. So
understand how well luck is a thing, eh? Luck does play a huge part in a lot of what we call
Y-
success.
You have to. You can't just pick all favorites. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I never pick all
Now,
favorites. Because me not get no money. You pick all
I
favorites,
feel
it
you.
not make no sense. No, you go pick the
I
underdog
feel
and
you.
some of them. Yeah, and then if me not too sure is a over or under, and
I
if it's not
feel
over
like
or under, it's like a little spread.
I feel like what you might need to do is also mix. So, for example, put in a college between someone of
I've done that. I've done that before.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to have a discussion on that, we could do that. Because really and truly, it's fun for me. Ain't really nothing serious because me ain't betting nothing serious. It's like $2 and thing. Me put pan a bet. I tell you, it's like a lotto ticket.
I
When
feel
it
you.
when the bank when the bankroll dry up, that I put in there. When it dry up, it dry up, and me done. So
I got you.
yeah. So yeah, next week.
You might feel like you might feel like it's only a couple of video, but it's couple of video well. And as I tell you, partner message
Ready?
long to boy.
You ready to roll in?
How you mean?
Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just do one thing to one of the videos them, and then I could fix up the rest. You had any particular order in which you wanted these videos to play?
No, not really, Angela. They could have played any other. I've been wanting the Attorney General first.
You want them there first?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one where is a minute and 51 seconds. I think that should be the first one.
Oh man, I don't even. You don't make things difficult sometimes. But hold on, let me see what going on. I'm gonna try to sort it out real quick. Just give me a little bit of time, sir. Just want a little bit of time because I just want to make sure that
Well,
we're involved in the screens. Okay, so a minute and what you say now?
51 seconds, I think. I think that might be the
Minute and
longest
51 seconds. My minutes in a minute and 51 seconds. Oh, 52. Okay, got you. Look at you. I see you. All right. Well, I hope everyone is doing well. You know, thank you for sticking and staying as we're about to let off on the topics right now. Alan said we want to play some videos today, so we're gonna get into it.
Yeah,
Play some
I
videos.
want to give the AG a fair chance. Because
He want to get AJ a fair chance.
yeah, man. I listen everything what he had to say, really, but not everything. But
I'm encouraging
I
everyone to join Bank of Nevis. National Bank increase their fees. But yeah, National Bank increase their fees, true boy.
but
I
they
see
don't
that
tell
for
how
them.
you 2 years in a row, National Bank no make no money, you know. The shareholders want to know what taking place.
I'd see you said at the time you had some qualms with them on the internet too.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get into the first video. Ready?
Because I'm a father too,
to extend independence.
and I'm a person in public office.
Greetings
And people
to
think you
our
could just say
fellow
anything.
citizens and residents
That is
of
not
St.
right.
Our beautiful
And there are
country, St. Kitts
laws,
Nevis.
and believe you me,
And
we might
I
have to
want
come in
to
here,
repeat
because the sentence is
the
2 years, we
theme
might have to come in here to
for
increase the
this year.
sentence.
Together,
People are
a
too
people
reckless.
proud and strong.
And I want to
Independence
point out
41.
what the
I
section
want people to
says.
remember that. But on a less light note, Madam Speaker, I am very
When a
upset.
person without lawful excuse or
I am upset
justification
because
knowingly
there are
uses a
people in
computer
this
system,
country
a phone,
who
a
feel that it
smartphone
is
is a
okay
computer system,
to
to send
other
a
people,
message, letter, or
under the
electronic
guise
communication
of their
that is
electronic
obscene,
devices.
constitutes a threat,
In
or is
the
menacing in
recent
character
past,
to a
There have
recipient
been
and
numerous
intends to cause the
attacks
recipient or
at my
any other
friend and
person who's
colleague,
the subject of that
member for
message
number
or
2,
letter or electronic
by way of
communication to feel
WhatsApp
intimidated,
forwards,
molested,
TikTok
harassed, or
videos,
threatened,
and
he
other
or she commits an offense
ridiculous
and is liable to
allegations
summary
that were
conviction
made
of a fine
that
of
has put her
$10,000
life
or
and the
to
life of her
imprisonment for a
child
term of
at
12
risk.
months or to both
We
such fine
cannot
and
be
imprisonment.
a
And
society
where a person
where we
without
make
lawful
fun
excuse
and
or
joke
justification
of
publishes
things like that.
the message, letter, or electronic communication
people
referred to in subsection
in this
1 to another
country
person, not
who
being a person who's the
treat
subject of that message,
political
letter, or
party
communication,
over
that
everything
first
else.
person commits an offense
do
and
not
is liable on
care
summary conviction to a
about
fine
the
of
lives of other
$15,000
people.
or to imprisonment
They
for a
do
term
not
of 2
care
years
about
or to
decency.
both such fine and imprisonment.
All they
So
want
it's
to
even
do
more serious to
is
forward
attack
it.
and win political points. They are nasty people, and they must be condemned. And Madam Speaker, I do not want to take this spirit of celebration that we're in Independence 41 and bring a downer to it.
Yeah, they said they were hearing some other feed.
So,
What
yeah,
were you
some kind
hearing?
of feedback. Me
'Cause
not
I
hear no
couldn't hear
feedback.
anything.
Me not hear no feedback.
I gotta see what they're hearing.
So you not hear that nothing what he said?
I heard what he said. I mean, I was more concerned in what the audience was saying. It sounded like two videos were playing. You said?
That was somebody say. I know he had look out of sync for sure.
Yeah, he did look out of sync. That's why I had kind of asked, like, what is it that you used? Interesting. I don't see any reason.
I also wish to extend spirit of
I don't
also
see any
wish
reason why that would have been like that. Hmm.
Um um hopefully we not got that issue that with none of the other videos on there. But
Oh, I think I know
the
what
same
happened.
uh-huh. Because you wanna try again.
Oh, maybe I don't know what happened. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if it's everyone tell me if this is better.
to extend independence greetings to our fellow. I also wish to extend independence greetings to our fellow citizens and residents of St. Kitts, our beautiful country, St. Kitts and Nevis. And I want to repeat the theme for this year, Together a People Proud and Strong, Independence 41. I want people to remember that. But on a less light note, Madam Speaker, I am very upset. I am upset because there are people in this country who feel that it is okay to attack other people under the guise of their electronic devices. In the recent past, there have been numerous attacks at my friend and colleague, the member for number 2, by way of WhatsApp forwards, TikTok videos, and other ridiculous allegations that were made that has put her life and the life of her child at risk. We cannot be a society where we make fun and joke of things like that. There are people in this country who treat political party over everything else. They do not care about the lives of other people. They do not care about decency. All they want to do is attack and win political points. They are nasty people, and they must be condemned. And Madam Speaker, I do not want to take this spirit of celebration that we're in Independence 41 and bring a downer to it. But
So and I break down what he had said into clips so that he little more digestible. Like, is not to say I chop him up to make him look bad. Nothing. And what I want to say, first of all, in the first statement, that I agree with what the AG said just now. What about you?
Oh, yeah, he sounded a little level-headed there, and yeah, I I can't say I don't disagree. No, there's other
Yeah,
things I agree with, and there's
the
some things I
post
agree with, and there's some things I don't agree with. But that part I do agree with.
in what he just, and that's what I'm saying. We gonna get to other things, you know. But in
Mm.
what he just said there, I think that was delivered well. I don't have any issues. I am 100% in agreement with him as far as that part. We could go on to another one. I think no, you could click them in any order.
Because I'm a father too.
Hold on, let me make sure we put on this one on the video first. Yes,
And I'm a person in public office. And people think you could just say anything. That is not right. And there are laws, and believe you me, we might have to come in here, because the sentence is 2 years, we might have to come in here to increase the sentence. People are too reckless. And I want to point out what the section says. When a person without lawful excuse or justification knowingly uses a computer system, a smartphone is a computer system, to send a message, letter, or electronic communication that is obscene, constitutes a threat, or is menacing in character to a recipient and intends to cause the recipient or any other person who is the subject of that message or letter or electronic communication to feel intimidated, molested, harassed, or threatened, he or she commits an offense and is liable to summary conviction of a fine of $10,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 12 months or to both such fine and imprisonment. And where a person without lawful excuse or justification publishes the message, letter, or electronic communication referred to in subsection 1 to another person, not being a person who's the subject of that message, letter, or communication, that first person commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $15,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 2 years or to both such fine and imprisonment. So it's even more serious to forward it.
That one was actually the last part of his statement when he was just wrapping up and saying what the law is. Did you know that that was the law? Isn't it anything?
No, they didn't know that they had that act done.
How would you imagine that this would be enforced?
Yeah, I have no idea how they're gonna enforce that, especially the forwarding part. You know how they can get it though. The most I could say is that they would have to target a certain individual or individuals, and then they would have to go to the telecommunication company, and from the telecommunication company with a warrant or some sort. And once they get a warrant, and they could subpoena the company
Well,
to provide phone records or whatever. But too much work to
well,
me.
if
Because what
you
happened? Go ahead.
if you listen to what is being said in the media, you hear vague mentions of bloggers, um, social media influencers. You hear, but you never actually hear names. It's
Mm.
the same thing like even when you hear about the peace program and you hear, well, They know who they are because they just pay them to be on the peace program. You feel like there is some kind of targeting that is going to be going on as a result of this?
There's possibility for that. I mean, we just recently we just talked about it. So I can't wrap my head around it. So I don't know if there's gonna be any sort of yeah, no, I think yeah, you could have targeting. I think more than likely.
Okay. Let me ask you a different question. You
Is it
feel
like
like
what?
you feel like you got any politician right now that is in any group chat?
Fake names?
You feel like they're in a group chat at this moment in time?
Them okay, so if I work for you and I'm in a group chat and everything that comes out of that group chat I forward it to you, are you considered in the group chat? Is it like conspiracy?
Uh, uh, no, well, you working for me committing a crime
Yeah,
by
because I
sending
forwarded
me,
it to you.
because remember why he just said and forwarded is worse than
Yeah.
the person why be doing it. So first of all, you committing a crime and you put me in the position where make a criminal things in my position now.
I don't hear politicians talk about how they know everything what's going on in these group chats. In fact,
Even
how
up
do
to
they
last
know?
year police,
How
Javon say even
so,
up to last year police lock up somebody for it.
yeah,
The
but my question would be
lady pond,
if
if,
I
if I
remember
remember
the
correctly.
lady Ponde. If I well, my question would be how would they find out? Somebody forward it to them?
This is what I kind of trying to kind of establish now.
Mm.
Because if they're in a group chat, for example,
Ah, they just show it.
that,
He's showing it, forwarding it to you. If I show it to you, if I show it physically to people, like I get it in the group chat and I show you, like, oh, is it technically I'm forwarding it or is that not forwarding
well,
it?
I think in this particular case, it is referring to electronic communication.
Electronic
Some,
file, but isn't it still
yeah,
electronic communication when I provide you? If you read an email, is it not electronic communication even if I didn't forward it to you? But Alan, check the email I just get. This electronic mail that I just get and you read it. Is it still electronic communication if I just show it to you and not forward it to you? Like
mm,
by means of electronic ways, I forward it to you in a way that I just showed it to you.
maybe it might be some kind of civil thing like a defamation or something.
Oh, okay.
If me show you and it's a lie or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But um,
I got another question.
the, go ahead.
If you forward something to me, I ain't say nothing. Am I committing a crime? Because am I supposed to report criminal activities?
Well, at another point in time, he was talking about deleting it.
Oh, so if I delete it but I don't report it, I still committing a crime.
Well, me not really sure how he been sound. He been speak about the recipient. I know he had speak about the sender
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm just
and
saying.
and other and other people who forward it, but I didn't hear anything in there talking about the person who received it.
Okay,
It,
maybe the
it,
app
it,
don't
it-
cover that. The receive.
yeah, cause you know, like you got something like when you steal something, and if somebody you could get charged with like receiving. I didn't hear
Yeah,
anything like
yeah.
anything in that circumstance.
If
This
I buy
seemed like it was,
stolen goods, yeah.
yeah, this seemed like you almost speaking to sending from the start and then forwarding from there.
Okay. I'm just trying to, you know.
See you make your money receive and verify. That's what I say. And and that's what I mean by like it also become a kind of thing of like as you say now,
Mm-hmm.
I receive it. Supposedly me not do nothing around. But 20 people read them off my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I
I'm not sure,
understand.
I'm not sure, but maybe I have to read this thing. But go ahead, you go play another one.
One more. Another one. Which one me just play by? I play one. I don't even remember which one I play. I think I play 87, so I play 88.
Just put up with it because people say we have freedom of speech. No, I ain't gonna tell you about the Constitution. I'm the Attorney General of this country. The Constitution allows you to have freedom of speech, subject to public safety and people's individual rights. You cannot just go and say anything you want. I know they have Kititians and divisions living in the states who believe because the states allow you to say anything they want, they could say anything they want. Stay up there. Come out of our internet, right? If you do that, we can send MLAT to the US. We could find you, we could prosecute you, and we could get you extradited to St. Kitts to face charges. I want it to be clear. This foolishness has to stop. People are endangering people's lives because there are some people who believe anything they see. And it should not be tolerated in this country. And I'm sorry and I apologize, Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm upset.
What he mean by come off of the internet? Like, what he talking
You
about?
know. You know. The bandwidth was think it's a Nevis purchase.
So this was part of the speech when the Attorney General was losing the plot. I once again I don't feel like he's trying to attack general citizens, but he's speaking to people who using the internet because he also had make reference, I guess, that on being at the last video to like TikTok and them kind of circumstances. You had see any TikToks surrounding the Marsha situation?
Me don't really be on TikTok.
Me doesn't be
Yeah.
on TikTok neither, but sometimes you might see a video and it's a TikTok, but I don't recall seeing any TikTok videos about what was going on.
Yeah, me no have trouble in my internet. Me still pan bright spectrum, so me still pan me internet up here in the America. No, I honestly, me don't know. It wasn't something that me a follow up. You know, the voice notes then start to circulate, and I didn't even take it as anything. You know, that was kind of weird how them voice notes they start to circulate at the time there. You know what I mean? So it's like, where was these voice notes all the time? Why now them have circulate? Politics, eh? But yeah, so continue.
Me doesn't believe nothing way me see. And I mean,
But that
you got
you,
I feel you. I
that you.
understand.
because the other day I had a conversation with my father. My father that be listen to like, this the official AI voice storytelling voice is a male voice. Um, and he listened to tons and tons of things with this, and I had to turn to him and say like, "You believe them things?" And he like, "Yeah." So that you.
But how the AG been come after you just now? He been come after, like I say, he wanna come for everybody.
Yeah. To me, it
Yeah.
was a threat. No, well, the way how he come after me was more like it's a scare tactic, and he threaten what people deem as freedom of speech. So, yeah, here the age of the country. So here tell you what age of the country where your freedom of speech is restricted in that particular aspect, because there's other reasons why it could be restricted, and it's everybody. Is you too, Alon, because you're not too far. He could get you extradited. I mean, he, I don't know who you talk about. Who in the States you talk about? Because you not see none.
Well,
Me
okay.
not see any. I
Now
don't
you
know.
mention now you mention a good point. I feel like part of the dangerous thing that the politicians are doing is that they are making vague references to threats without
Mm,
identifying the threats. And also, they don't give any example and say, well, okay, this is an example of somebody who is trying to do it right way. Unless it's like the home thing. You
mm-hmm,
understand what I'm saying? So it's like
mm,
they would generally say the internet is a bad place. Stay off of
mm-hmm,
the internet. While
mm-hmm,
not identifying and saying, well, boy, listen, I was listening to this, and even if me agree or disagree, this I try to do something at least the right way. I give
mm,
people a chance. Something like that. So you only hearing that the internet is this bad place and all these things will take place on the internet. Whereas the internet could also be and has been a unifying place.
mm,
Upon the internet, enough people who I can see on a day-to-day basis, we are able to converse and see each other. Uh, Even send a message through the same internet. And all of it don't be forwarding messages. That's the very least of what is taking place, in my estimation. And we not get a part there. We not get how this thing is a scary place. Scare
well,
tactics.
that's what I tell you. I feel like it's everybody because I don't know who he talking to. I feel like I can't say nothing. If I say something, then I could get extradited.
No, well, you see, and that's why I saying I feel like the context in which he is speaking is to talk about if you're saying something that is gonna be endangering somebody's life, inciting some kind of violence or some. And that's what me I say. If he talking about that, I understand. No, no. I also see some issues as far as somebody on foreign soil make a TikTok and you go send police or them there. That one they kinda tense. I think you mute him. I think you touch you
Oh
touch
yeah,
some.
yeah. I touch it.
Mm-hmm.
He meant Obi and the guy on TikTok. Let's get real. No, me not care who I be think he mean. He not say who he mean. But regardless to that, right? Alan, what kind of age you live in? The digital
Digital.
age. Mr. Mako.
Digital.
If somebody send me something, you know, like I ain't like me think I forward the thing because I think I heard it in a group chat and I didn't even pay it mind. But let's say somebody had sent that and I want hey talk to my father, like, you hear this? You hear that thing there about what somebody else say I don't know if it's true. Oh no, me not hear it. Okay, let me forward it to you. Me I commit a crime. Me not had no malicious intent. Me a share something.
Yeah, but they must say
So
that
now,
worse than the they must say that that is worse than the person who share it with malicious intent, with intent to
yeah,
threaten or harass or them kind of thing.
yeah, the
That
person
person
who,
that could get
yeah,
2 years and might should go get more for forwarding.
that's what me tell you. That's why me feel like it's a threat to everybody because now you don't know what you could forward from where you can't forward.
Well, my thing is also the enforcement, and I feel like you highlight
Me don't
your
know they're gonna enforce
concern.
that.
What you say? Well,
It is.
play the last
It's good
video,
awareness though.
and,
It's good awareness. It's good awareness though. I would say that. It's good to be aware of, that this thing exists, so be more mindful. I mean, I
it,
let me tell you how I feel like this thing should really apply. Porn. When you hear fresh local and so, people are
mhm,
well forward them there. And sometimes them are forward minors. Kiddie porn.
indeed, indeed.
You're not supposed to have those. No. m- Me not
And
hear
that's
no.
what may I say. He got certain circumstances in which I'm with him.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have those. Those are
Mhm.
things you want. Them are things where if you're in position of that, you need to delete and don't send it to anyone else. You know what I mean? But that voice note in particular, I don't see how that voice note relates to a threat to anyone.
Well, what it, how they're doing it is kind of indirect in terms of saying like that create an environment now
Mm-hmm.
where people, um, especially people in the street, would
Mm-hmm.
believe it and want to seek some kind of retribution as a result.
Yeah, but street man
That is
already would have know that. So you feel like that voice note they just get out to the wall. The streets would have
okay.
done about that long time. The streets not
You,
that own news to the streets.
you know what I really want to talk about in that
Well,
when these things happen, right?
yeah.
Seeing as we live in the circumstance when there is so much of fake news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any kind of responsibility and these persons to come out with messaging to kill the momentum behind this fake news? Is there any kind of responsibility to do that?
I feel so. I feel like it's your brand. If you got a brand, you got to protect it. That's why you got people with public relations. You gotta act fast. The worst thing for you to do is let a rumor fester. You hearing about it and do nothing about it, then you hear something enough, it becomes the truth. When your time to act now, it's too late, right? So now, when you choose to act, in most times when you do that, you wait so long, it's too late. So I think, yeah, large up schedule. We having conversation schedule.
Because what we talk about is you could put the allegedly part before you're going to ask a question. You could say allegedly I hear then kind of thing there. But what may I say is after the momentum done gone in place, we say, oh, people start to hear this thing. Is there any kind of responsibility for these people to come out and say, and it must be a politician either. if we hear something going on down a national bank, is it the responsibility of somebody in a national bank who come in front of you and tell you, yo, this is what is taking place? Okay, they say the fee is gone up. In these any circumstances, if there is some kind of material change, if you hear that they're gonna take the ATM from downtown all of a sudden, ain't got no kind of responsibility on these people part to come and say, well, hey, this is the actual facts, so that any what they say, any rancor or any kind of ill feelings could set in. That one me want to know.
Hmm.
That the same thing happened apparently recently with the CXC. I think I hear the premier complaining and he was saying people gonna say the reason why results ain't come is because the government no pay.
That one me here
And
too.
even when CXC come out with a statement to say that that is not the issue, people still believe that the government no pay. Me not even been hear the original story.
Kind of take too
So
long. They take too long. They know that the results late, and they know there's a concern. They should address it right away. Yeah, what kind of age we live in? We live in the digital age. Alan, Alan, you got Disney Channel?
yeah,
You've seen Hamilton?
I have not.
You should watch Hamilton. Hamilton is excellent, by the way. I can't
Make up
believe
a
you haven't
rumor
watched
saying
Hamilton yet.
that Baguma he hit them up with a by the name. He will show that he love and even like if you think about as me said the CX story, I could recall a time
Hmm.
I ain't gonna call none of the principals involved, right? But I was in a barber shop, and this was at the time when NAP was in power, right?
Hmm.
And somebody in the barber shop was saying the build the road and the road costs 15 million,
Hmm.
right? Okay, good. When the people don't go on and so, and I end up and say, boy, me don't know how much the road costs, but if the road not really cost 15 million, and them man gonna got to go tell people the road not cost 15 million. Yeah. My,
That's the name of the
me,
game.
and I say, me in a opposition, and my job is to oppose.
Hmm.
So if a 5 million road costs, that are them business, me don't got my message out there. So you gonna be 15 in a people head, the people want me wanna believe. And that's how come I just be looking at parties and I'm looking at like what is your messaging and also what is the counter messaging. If them man say you lie, if them man say you thief, and you just are cool, what you feel like going on?
Hmm.
And
Good
he got
point there,
certain.
Devon.
He,
Go ahead, Alan. You got certain.
I
No, no,
really
no. That you
want
got it.
don't want to come and speak if a problem comes up, but I want to step up if it's praise. So I don't understand.
Alan, that's a great point you just put out. But I want to go back to what I was saying about Hamilton. You understand what Hamilton's position was? You know what Hamilton's strength was? The man could have
Alexander
write.
Hamilton,
Yeah, the man could have write. We understand what propaganda is. We understand the power of propaganda. We've seen how the power of propaganda has allowed leaders to take over. You look at the Nazi regime and their propaganda. They had a whole machine. So if you don't want to react when propaganda out there, you just get an excellent point there. where you say a man say 15 million, and his train of thought was, is their responsibility to squash that. My responsibility is to come up with something, you know. Just say it. People can believe it if they hear it enough. And then if you take too long, at the end of the day, guess what can happen? It can become true. Look, Alan, let me say this. I want to ask you a question. You think that the the political parties in Nevis has a large enough budget for PR? Any of them?
In a Nevis, yeah.
Think it's a Nevis.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. What age you just say I believe in? Even
Digital
watch here.
A.
Think
So
think about the
which one?
listen, watch here. Think about the fact that
Yeah.
the AG is in parliament and he
Mm.
is concerned, and you could hear it from all kind of different politicians wherever podium they go on. They are
Mm.
concerned about the influence of the
Mm.
internet. So you can't tell me if you are political party right now in the news, you ain't got it to make the to the marketing to get your
So
message over there strictly after
who
the
you feel
internet.
got it? Who you feel got it? Who you feel doing it right now? Who you feel a good PR team that has a good budget, and any little thing pop up. they-
Right now,
Mm.
as far as how I could see this thing is running, I feel like the political parties have got a PR team election time. They have people for PR, but the problem is people always want to hold on to the information like it's their own one. So not even the PR people. Listen now, I feel like the PR team is look at this thing like they got to be active election time.
Mm. Devon says
Yeah,
Sissy ain't got the best PR team. I don't think you can hear it.
CCM got the best PR team in the federation. Mhm. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I receive your information, Mr. Green.
You not agree?
Mm,
If you not agree,
if
just tell me who better.
listen, CCM marketing team, right, is like a
PR.
boxing promotion. You feel me? When you have a boxing promotion, right?
Mm.
Say you got Floyd Mayweather against Pacquiao. That the
Mm.
only fight will be all you tune in for the night, sir. Just let me let you know what's going on, That's how come I told somebody a long time ago, the UFC is the sport right now. When you tune in the UFC partner, you go tune in from the prelims straight down to
Mm.
the paper. You check, you run that main event, come main event, you got a whole a fight. You're gonna watch for the main event and you're gonna watch all 5 of the fights. It don't even got to be a title up sometime in the paper with it. You check? But
Yeah, I
a
understand what you're saying.
boxing a boxing main event. So it's just gonna be one man.
But you still
And
answer
with
my question.
no in the marketing, Mark Brantley is the best. Marketing done. Okay. Who can market? Go ahead.
No. You
Tell
can't answer me
you
question with a question.
with what
Me
best
ask you.
best
You,
best
Jevon made a statement, and me ask you if you don't agree, and me say if you don't agree, tell me who better, and that's all. Not too
no.
much or
I
nothing.
would say Labour got a better marketing team. We're saying the Federation, Labour.
Labor,
Yeah. No, they
marketing,
ain't got
PR. We talk
they,
about, eh? Me not talk about the marketing of the thing because Labor didn't do a good job with this PR.
No. I just been going to get to that. Me not tell you that they got good product recently. I'm not saying that they have a lot of highlights recently.
I
It's
see what
been
you're
a
saying.
lot.
I see what you're saying. I'm going back.
But
I
uh,
understand.
as far as the
During
infrastructure, them man got the best infrastructure.
so you're talking about Charles what you name Charlie? Because he don't run the PR marketing, but that during elections. So I guess that you're talking about during elections.
You mean Charlie Jang?
Yeah, that during elections. So me talk about PR now. That's what I'm saying. That go back to the question that me asked is like, do you think that these political parties are putting enough money into PR? Because PR is something you got around the clock, you know. Oh shoot, this was said by us. Okay, we get the PR rep. We need to put a statement out quick. What you think? A statement or a video? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, okay, write it up. Okay, this is what you need to say. The PR rep is gonna like just listen to what happened. Okay, this is what they're
Anyway,
saying. This is what you need to
all
say.
of them
This is how
type
you
for
need to write it up.
last. All of them type for last.
Oh, well,
Because okay, here what going on once again.
mhm.
You can't tell me CCM got this great PR team. What they going against?
Me
What
not
they
I tell
going
you so.
against?
Me and if
You,
Jevon says so.
no, you tell me if I can't find nothing better.
No, not that me saying.
I,
Let me rewind the tape. Jevon said that CCN got the best PR team. So me ask you if you not agree. And if you not agree, who's
I
better? Me
feel like
never,
no.
yeah, I never said that I agree with what you're saying. I wanted to hear your side. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Boy.
For me, the whole reason why I brought up the
Listen,
question
listen.
is because I
When,
don't feel like any of them got a PR team.
yeah, that was my point. That's how come me I kind of say the time for last.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked if you feel like any of them don't
If
put enough money into PR because I don't feel like they do.
if and well, that's how come I was saying I feel like this thing is more active election time, really and truly. I feel like
Yeah,
them are more. I feel like them are more really just got campaign managers,
yeah,
not
well, that's what I'm
really,
saying.
not really like year round public relations like that.
Yeah, exactly. Election time is marketing. Election time is I
Mm.
need to do something to get the votes, and if something come up, they can deal with it because we gotta swap that down. But me talk about all around. Me talk about okay. Honorable Garth Wilkins, you made this statement in the Parliament. Um, it's not being received well by the masses at all, and this is what we're gonna need you to do to rectify that. And this is within 24 hours of the statement that he made. A matter of fact, you can get to a point where you always say stupidness. Anything you got to say, you got to clear it with the PR team before you say it or put it out there to the public. You have to let the PR team go over that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
at that point, there he could tell
Nobody
himself
will
you're
do that.
fired.
Yeah.
At that point, if somebody got there, just know at the end of the term, sir, you're done.
Who?
Gotta get
Oh,
some kind. Whoever, it could be anybody.
I feel what you're
You're
saying. I feel
done.
what you're saying. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you gotta get control of yourself.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Play the last one.
But I mean, I know the last one. We
I
got some of
mean,
them, yeah. I wish they've been in the order. Hold on. I gotta play the next one that I haven't played. But I thought it was more than I think I had like two more or something. But maybe I double up on one also. 89. Let's play this one. Tell me this different,
Two
please.
choices. Continue to be reckless, irresponsible, not caring about people, not just because they're in public office, you could say anything about them. It's improper, it is not decent, it's not becoming of people of this great country. It is a time now, and I hope they put this on TikTok. It's the time now to change that attitude. When you see lies and ridiculousness on your phone, delete it. Do not click
Is it the same
forward.
one?
When you go before a camera and say you're some sort of TikTok star and doing things for the likes, the police can come for you. And I say that strongly, Madam Speaker, come defending my friend and colleague. It upset me. A woman with a child, and people following foolishness, and people know it's stupidness, but they're forwarding it still. They're broadcasting it. They're using it and making other videos on it.
They may remix the video.
Well,
No, that what he said. They're fooling and they're making other things with it. I mean, I understand that how the man felt. They're not a passion and so. I get it. They're your friend. You gotta defend that. For sure. You know, but
another thing what men have been like is how he kind of tried to make it seem like America got some kind of different laws or something. Like you could just wild out in America and say all kind of different things.
you could get police a bad word though. But you can't do it down there. But you might get bust. But yeah, you could get police a bad word in America. You can't do it in a St. Kitts. And you can, but you could get locked up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the man will tell you the same thing with the same phone. The same. Remember that you know they've been locked up 50 Cent? 50 Cent went on Conan O'Brien talking about it and all.
I mean, I understand how I get so. No, man, that needs to be revisited. I mean, we live in a Christian society. I don't even know. A man can't say a little F here and there. Public indecency.
As I said, me agree with when you get certain things like, yeah, you go delete them off your phone.
Yeah, there are certain things. Kid pornography and so can't be on your phone. I don't support that.
Let me ask you a different question. The media houses on them, right? Do they have any kind of responsibility with some of these things to get to the bottom of them to find out if it's true or not?
Look, media houses don't usually have moral compasses. Media houses sometimes like agendas. So they don't touch certain things, they touch certain things.
Well, how I would put it is that media houses also try to deliver a message that is in sync with the government, in sync with stability. So they got a vested interest in, keeping things how they are to a certain extent.
So Fox and CNN, Fox, WS things in line with like what Biden administration will do and them kind of things there. And CNN does set things were in line with what the Democratic Party do. I mean, the Republican Party.
I mean, in line with the broader American agenda. So, for example, regardless to what all of them gonna tell you, help Jerusalem. For example, me not say in everything, but in the broader agenda, yeah, the man got to keep this thing.
Yeah, but like the word they use, agenda. So it just depends on what. Maybe they just have that same agenda in that case, yeah. But is it really what it's supposed to be? Yeah.
No, but you feel like Fox and CNN want to create instability. For example,
I don't know what to feel about people who don't know.
Well, I'm just basing it off of their actions, and I feel like they need to keep some semblance of credibility and stability in the system in order to survive,
All I
regardless.
know. Well, centralization is a thing, eh? So
I feel like it's supposed to get one more of the age,
I
and then
feel
obviously
so.
go.
I
Yeah,
feel so.
yeah, I think even
It
for
might, it might, it might be more than one, but me no wanna feel like me double up on what me bring in. Let me see which one I had played first.
you play the 152 first.
Yeah, I need to know which one. Okay, this is what got 4. Let's play this one and see. Tell me if I play this already.
And I want to point out to our people, there are laws in this country that make it a criminal offense to either make or forward statements, letters, any sort of art, communications by electronic device that either harasses, threatens, intimidates, molests other people. It is called unlawful communications. And Madam Speaker, I want the people of this country to know that if the culture of forwarding and sending around things that could cause harm to other people is not stopped voluntarily by the goodwill and decency within your heart, the police are going to have to stop it. And the police have the authority and they have the law to take your phone, and don't matter what you delete, it can be found. And the police will charge you and bring you to justice. So we as a people.
So the last question one we want to ask, right? How deep you feel like these men willing to go with the level of surveillance? And understanding that not too long ago, I heard the premier say that he think it might be a good idea if we get the kind of technology that would allow us to like listen to your phone calls and them kind of thing. He not bring up no kind of context under which this should be used. By the way, he just feel like we need to get this. How far you think these men willing to go?
They ain't going nowhere. That's hot. That's just hot here. The only thing, man ain't gonna do no surveillance and thing like that, me G. Otherwise, that man would have been a top phone and so by now. They would have been a find out who killed people and thing.
Obi used to fund a party like that in America. We wouldn't be hearing this. Obi, you go keep a party, boy. Because you say you go keep a party, you go keep a St. Kitts and Nevis party. And invite the investment promotion agencies. Telling you don't got black celebrities from the East Coast. That man ain't gonna say no. The next thing what kind of alarming is the man go take your phone.
Well, that one them in too.
And this is one of the reasons why Mr. AG, you tone because you're not even saying like under what circumstances this phone could take. You just say them man could take your phone. And no matter what you delete and all that kind of thing, that this is where this thing turning into. This is where this thing turning into straight up threatening kind of vibes and got people kind of on edge. So that I think that the way he started to kind of fully lose it.
That one was like we were just talking about recently. You know, in Florida, you can't text and drive, but if a police pull you over, they can demand you give them your phone to prove it. You don't have to give them your phone. If a police pull you over because they say you've been a text when you're drive, you don't have to give them your phone.
And then also you put in this span a lot of different people. You might potentially end up got to take with them phone. Including people who are close to you. People who are minors. And I ask the reason why I ask about the surveillance and all them kind of thing that is once again, how are you gonna enforce this? How you gonna know? Who got this? Even if we're gonna say right, the ministers them in a group chat, you feel like any of the permanent secretary them in a group chat right now. You feel like any of the directors them of anything in a group chat. You feel like any of the controller them in a group chat right now. What responsibility them they got for what going on in a them group chat there? It's what going on with this thing. This thing is not and then if you don't want to enforce this against the general public, are the civil servants gonna be the first set of people to hand out the phone for inspection to make sure that they ain't forward nothing? How this thing are work? Me not understand.
Hmm. Hmm. Well. Me not understand either. Me not try understand. Get it? Because I don't feel like he getting that far.
So you feel like this was just like an empty bluff?
It wasn't an empty bluff. There was some emotion into it, and then I think he can focus. You know, he can zone in and where he needs to zone in. You know, he had the DPP.
The AG?
He could get people
No,
bring
no, no,
to
no,
prosecution.
no.
No, so like
0% ability.
okay.
You could
So
find him.
so I guess they could talk. Well, he said something about jail too.
Yeah, but he put that in other people's hands.
You gotta try to convince the DPP that they should do that.
Them kind of thing would have to go on.
The
And then
DPP
also
probably might be like, I want some murder cases.
the commissioner of police.
Hmm. The commissioner of police could charge you.
No, but
Well, they
member
could
police
arrest
is
you.
going to take away your phone. Not the DPP going to take away your phone. No? Or the
Yeah,
police.
but that,
The,
so okay,
the
so then
police the police gonna give the DPP.
yeah. Why? Why then? Why don't take away my phone for? Because what they're looking for is to say that I forward the message, right?
Yeah.
Well, how they gonna know that? They're going into my chats and then see me forward the message. Then I just go to. Well, then again, it's WhatsApp and he encrypted it. So like I don't understand. Now they're just gonna put people who delete their messages.
You know, hear what the man say? You know, got no more to delete and you could do them and I'll find back the message.
Find back one message from WhatsApp.
Yes.
Mr. We don't know them had Pegasus boy, Pegasus software and so.
That's what won't take place. Anyway,
Interesting.
let me go over the waters. I don't think it. All I have to say in conclusion, the AG, um, I could see where he's coming from. I feel like the tone was off, and you own it. You only deal with the threatening parts. This is like when I was going to the money laundering thing, and them man talk about partnership, but them man still tell you they want to lock you up.
Mm.
I mean, it's like, how come I like a threat not be? I supposed to be like an informer and them kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's always this we're gonna lock you up story.
Where'd I get that from?
The plantation.
Mm.
And then,
All right, where you want to play?
well, as far as the premier, you could play the premier in any order. You could play the goat in any order. That's why he's the goat. You could play anyone first. You could play the one with this and that. You could play anyone.
Okay. 1 second. Let's go.
Let me turn to the issue of school repairs and upgrades. Several schools were repaired and upgraded in time for the reopening of schools for this school year.
Okay, that's one.
Even before going to that, right? I want to say that I heard the premier couple of programs that he spoke about at the press conference, and I like the program. I think he had one about financial literacy and another one about home ownership. I don't see how you can like the programs. Um, I don't know if you heard about them either, but it was something like about like
No.
how for persons who um have never had a home, how to get a home, like the different concepts, mortgage, um, the difference between paying back when you're paying back principal, interest, them type of thing there, and then they had this general financial literacy thing that they're trying to do, and both of them sound good.
Never hear about it.
But they sound good there, right?
Yeah, this sound good.
Okay,
This sound good. This
okay,
sound good. This sound good for sure.
okay. Um, with regards to that short little clip there,
Mm.
um, I just I just don't want me premier to like live in a delusional world.
I mean,
No, because he said some schools was fixed and ready to go for the start. He got a preschool over in the Alberta playing community center, and we see how St. James start. So yeah, I mean they don't mind work on some, but not come in and be like everything is all good, all and well.
mm.
Yeah, that's it. Small. I'm sure you have no issues with what was said, right?
But I mean, he said that. Me no know. Me no fact
That's
check
what I tell
nothing what
you.
he say. Me ain't fact check. Me ain't fact check.
No, no, and that's what I tell you. I always say schools were ready.
Mm-hmm. Me ain't fact check. Me ain't know. Me ain't know if it's true. But me ain't got a problem with what he said. But me ain't know if it's true.
No, well,
So
as I tell you, them two there had major issues. I think
oh,
the preschool. I think the preschool they said they want to move back over the November.
but who is there? Who is there? Preschools don't talk.
No, this is the premier speaking. This is a public
Oh, okay.
preschool.
Okay, okay.
So this is him
Yeah. No.
speaking on behalf of them. As
Okay.
public works
Okay.
and doing the work from there. That how tell you they got over in the community center.
Oh, they're in the communities. Oh,
So
wait, that the blue school.
exactly. This
By
is
the school, the
yes.
blue boy. Right, the school is so
What
blue.
boy?
My mother so. Me never see a blue yet, boy. That it look like blue was cloned and then multiplied by 16 or something.
Well,
That
as
blue
long
them
as
in
in a
China.
yellow. As long as in a yellow, me no mind.
I think it been blue before. A light blue though. A sky blue or
Mm-hmm.
something.
The man got to
But
save
I
the
wonder.
yellow who poop on the side of the road so that people can't park no way.
I want to say something that's off topic of what we're talking about, but on the topic of what I was just saying. This political, what the term of it? Colorism, the color association, vibes with politics. They got tone that down, Chad. Like they need to tone that down. That ain't no different from like I even asked Reese what's the definition of a group of people, right? And I didn't get to say what I been want to say, but I was actually saying, the definition of a group of people is like you call a group of people a gang, like that's the term, like a flock of sheeps, a gang of people. So there's political gangs, not criminal gangs, but their behavior sometimes are so aligned. Their behaviors are so aligned with what going on in the criminal factor. You start looking at maybe how Dans and garrisons and well, not garrisons but the Dans use the thugs them in politics in Jamaica, especially in the 1970s and so. And when you see the behaviors lining up the same to how the gangs then lining up, Crips and Bloods.
They got a symbol,
Yeah,
they got colors, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
The same tactics that gangs use to build loyalty. Politicians do it in some shape or form, So
They'll be recruiting new members.
yeah,
As you say, loyalty is a premium. Up the last election, Premier said he had to kick the non-loyal people out of the big blue cruise ship. You just want to stop the big blue cruise ship from sailing along smoothly. But anyway, um, go to the
yeah. They
next one.
got they got they got kind of slow down that, man, for real.
It is odd. It is not something that I would be able to adhere to as strictly as the politicians does. But up to the other day, I see the premier in a green suit and nothing already. Yeah,
Mm,
that look that look European.
mm. Like
Yeah,
that
but
that what that yeah. Then green suits be hard.
that
Yeah,
it looks Swiss. That suit doesn't look Swiss. I must say.
yeah. Then green suits that be hard.
Yeah,
Anyway, I went on a green suit. I ain't got no. I gotta get me one. I afraid though. Me not afraid to
freedom.
wear green and blue. Yeah, me don't wear green and blue. We cut out them colors there. Joke me make one. But let me fast
Oh,
forward.
I
yeah.
want to take a moment just on the St. James Primary School because I've seen a lot of mischief being made and efforts at mischief being made in relation to that school. I want the Nivision public to understand that the St. James Primary School is the smallest school in Nevis and potentially the smallest school in the entire Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. There have been points when that school has had no more than 26 students in the entire school. I want us to recognize that for that small number of students, we have to maintain an entire staff, principal, deputy principal, coach, kitchen, meals, and all that is required in relation to our other schools. And so when I hear the hubbub sometimes that is made about not enough being spent, I think that we need to appreciate the numbers. We need to appreciate that all the schools in Nevis require upgrades from time to time because of the wear and tear. and the user. And in fact, sometimes because of vandalism that is experienced across the school system. And so I'm asking the people of St. James to be patient with us. To be patient with us, understanding that the level of investment that has been made thus far at the St. James Primary far outweighs the number of students. If you were to calculate it on the basis of per capita, how many students for the hundreds of thousands of dollars that has been spent, you realize that the investment in St. James's Primary has been significant.
Okay. I feel like it's obnoxious. I've never heard anybody describe school in per capita circumstances. You ever hear that?
Well, actually, no. I have never heard anyone speak about it in that way.
The next thing which I need my premier to understand, and this is how, Mr. Premier, you see, I know you're losing your reason. I don't tell you. I could see your results right now. But you go stay consistent. Remember your message is you could be the small man. You could be from Butlers. You could be from Hanley's Road and you could rise up and you could be the premier or the prime minister or you could get equal treatment. So even though it's 26 people over there, you can't come now and say it's only 26 people over there. You go say by regardless of how much over there, these people deserve equal treatment. Remember your fight to fair share? How you gonna want to fight to fair share and can't fight to the 26 people and them over there? Like how me so? I mean,
I mean, it's it's a good point, and you could also view it of the position of Sinkits and Nevis. Maybe that's the same way the politicians in Sinkits feel about Nevis, right? There's not many people over in Nevis. Nevis. We should. It's the same thing actually. When the Honorable
so it's
Timothy
so
Harris
so
said he
essentially,
sent money.
Singlet's commit the same point about Nevis as he
Yeah,
make about St. James.
yeah. You
Right.
have to be. Yeah, you have to be thankful for what you've been given. Because same points he made,
Mm.
which kind of defeats his whole fair share angle.
Th- This is
So
what I'm saying.
we gotta be careful how we talk. What the heck?
He also had a time when the premier been full of risk. The premier would not make these kind of errors. You gotta be the man who fight for the people. Remember, use the Hebrew boys and these type of things. You have to be the quiet church mice.
The
So
politics has
it
changed.
can't be you read about now when you tell me, well, remember this is the smallest. You got to be fighting for the smallest. That's your whole message, man. Once again, we come back to messaging. Yeah, but yeah, that was just my perspective on that. Okay.
Maybe there's just some frustration building up.
Definitely.
And we've seen frustration building up and displayed in ways that we've we may not agree with. If we go back just to what we were just talking about with the AG. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, his frustration built up and he displayed it in a way that most people, it seem like they, they don't agree with it.
No,
And it
listen.
seems like, yeah,
Um, the premier realized. Listen, it's a lot of things that the premier does realize.
mhm.
I don't know if it's as I realize them, but you could hear recently he literally said to somebody, um, "We gotta get this fair share thing like wrapped up." he's speaking with a certain level of urgency to things.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of seeing God. I think I was saying, I don't know if it's you, Harris, but I was saying like you certain of the things where Doctor just saying is drying out this process, and
Mm.
certain of the excuses them, then I want to water, and it's getting back to him that no man, if you block up our whole government because you said this thing is so important,
Mm.
let we get down to this thing.
Mm.
Yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, and he kind of we contextualizing the fair share argument in a kind of smart. Yeah, but we're gonna go see how that happen.
Fair
I mean,
share when
couple
they
of
come up with election time.
you hear the latest iteration on fair share?
Yeah. Think it's go per surcharge.
No.
Charge the
The
fair share.
the premier
It's like
said
that.
that he said some of the companies them, like some
Yeah.
of the banks them, for example, they got they incorporated in Syncits,
Yeah.
but they got offices and operations in the Nevis. When
So they
them a
have.
pay their the corporate taxes or whatever,
Yeah.
the money they only pay into Syncits. And he
They
said
owe.
that in our come to Nevis. So he said he
Mm.
would like okay he fair share them kind of money there as well. So
He said that at his
it's
press
getting a little.
release.
He said that at the press conference, and he said that to this and that as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like something that's fair.
Indeed,
That's fair. That's fair. I would say that's fair. I mean, I want
um
to see that. I would love to see
let me
that.
tell you, Ira, there
Yeah.
are other ways to skin the cat to it.
Mm.
Yeah, the premier have more options than what he believed. To an extent, I guess he going the courtesy option right now, but
Mm.
um, I don't see why he ain't keeping option number two up his
Was that
sleeve
the
and
court?
ready to go. Eh? No, no, no.
The court?
It's not.
Oh,
No. This not going no court. Boy.
okay. So what's option number two? What am I missing?
No, me can't. I began to have option number two.
The
The
and the
premier will.
topics.
No, it is because option number two, he would get to pay for them kind of information there.
Mm. All right.
You got everybody used to pay the taxes where they be, but the CCM break up that. Hmm?
But he not been there. He wasn't him. Was it him?
Um,
It wasn't him.
no, but he could have reinstituted. He could also have them tax them if that is something what he interested in as well.
Well, what if he had tried to reinstitute it, but they're not
Well,
paying back?
really and truly, what I hearing from him, he said he don't want no extra money. He just want, as I said, like digital flow, um,
No, yeah.
national,
I think I've heard that.
national,
I think.
national bank, them kind of institution there, we incorporated in a Sinkisburg operations in a Nevis. He said he
Mm.
want them VAT receipts and them kind of thing there.
So
From the Nevis side.
the main fact that he did say that, I remember now. Yeah, the main fact that he said that mean he's not trying to institute anything, because he did say that he's not talking about the little money from, like, okay, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, all right.
Si Javon give a better listener, so TDC Hasford, Court, Rams, all of them the head office in Sinkis. So it seemed like when they got to pay VAT, they would pay two
True
Sinkits, so
one.
Nevis not get none of that. Cause they say it's a single filing kind of system too.
Yeah, it's like
So
TDC and
so
Digicel
so
and
so, so
all of them
yeah.
will be over there. Well,
Whereas they operating in a Nevis. So here
yep,
and all of that is on fair to me.
definitely
But
fair.
but as I say, you got other ways to get that they done too. Yeah.
I wonder how it is here in the United States.
You mean like companies who operate in multiple states?
Yeah,
Well, you got a
okay.
parent you got a parent company, but um the subsidiary is dealing with the individual state.
Hmm.
You might you might put a parent company in, because you know a lot of companies farm in Delaware, and then really and truly they operate all over the place.
Hmm.
So you might put it in a Delaware and structure it in a kind of way so that you're paying the least kind of tax because the money going to Delaware, but at some level, them what in the individual states don't be dealing with the rules in the particular state.
But isn't it just the state tax, what they call the tax that we pay, sales tax on? I mean, that's county, so that's how the county get their money from businesses. They charge us
Yeah.
sales tax.
Mhm.
Um, but I gotta look it up. I ain't sure that. I gotta figure out. I gotta understand that for myself as well. I've never even thought about it.
But yeah, it's interesting, and as I said, I wouldn't with that on it. So how do you disregard the constitutional tax revenue sharing arrangements and VAT arrangements, then argue for fair share?
But they're not easy, boy. I'll bring up some good
Um,
points when I heard. Oh my gosh.
well, yes, son, he would have said that the constitutional arrangement has never been adhered to. I think we've been saying that they didn't like the VAT arrangement. They wanted everything to stay in a Nevis. But even when you look at the idea of everything staying in a Nevis, if you listen to how the premier has said this thing, it don't make no sense. Everything staying in a Nevis, huh? Because if you got so much of major companies in Sinkits who pay the VAT in a Sinkits, it better who get piece of everything rather than rather than just let Wayne and Nevis, because you don't say that Wayne and Nevis is not a true representation of a YB you're supposed to be again. So that day, that was not a good decision
Hmm.
from Mr. Hammer, in my estimation. That make it twice as bad.
Wow.
If you tell me that me really supposed to be a make $4 if me get me share at the combined thing, but me only get $1, cause $3 and then I get paid on SK. Boy, let me get me $4.
Hmm.
It don't make no sense. Just the independent for independence with that one there. What's his name of the company? It's one Nevis company money. It's had to go past there. And Basim say, no, done with it, but they didn't have foresight at this. But yeah, to me, that account the bigger money. Wherever the biggest money they are all going that. I got it.
Hmm. Yeah, one more. One more. Okay, ready to go.
Well, it's difficult, Mr. Scarborough, because if you are getting the money, you really are asking Sinkits to give up something.
I know.
That's really what is happening. So if Sinkits is getting as corporate taxes 10 million, for sake of argument, and 2 of that should properly go to Nevis, it means that Sinkits next year is only going to get 8. So it really requires maturity. It requires leadership, and that is what I have said to Prime Minister Drew. Let us sit as mature people and work this out, because it will lead to greater harmony among our people, among the 2 islands, among the federal government and the local government in Nevis. When we can point to it and say it's a fair situation. But if you're collecting all this customs and thing on goods coming in and keeping it, if you're collecting all the corporate tax and keeping it, if you're collecting all the single filing VAT and keeping it, and the Nevis economy that is generating considerable amounts of business is not then, the government in Nevis is not then being able to benefit from it, then it will always lead to rancor and difficulty. So a lot of people are consumed about CBI, and CBI is important. But I am looking at a formula that deals with this in the round. And I know that there's some out there who listen will say, well, the Constitution does say something about that, because the Constitution talks about an 80-20 split. But the constitutional formula has never been applied. So my view is, as we go back to constitutional reform, that is something that we must now look at to determine, well, all right, you have this thing here, you've never done it, you've never applied it. Do you start applying it now, or do you come with some different formula? Right? That really is the issue that we need to confront.
How hopeful are you that you'll see?
But yeah, and that what we just been attack about
Hmm.
with this split of money. I thought you had the other one too. I had another one where he was talking about Mondo Chuck.
Hmm?
He had another one where he was talking about the Mondo Chuck. He was
The
responding
Mondo
to a
Chuck.
question about whether or not Mondo Chuck would be further developed. And his response was that the Mondo Chuck is good for what it is being used for. And you know what I mean? It wasn't intended to
Oh,
be
let
like
me see.
an international chuck or anything like that. So
Maybe I do have it. Hold on. Is it this?
Just know that the hospital project has now become our #1 priority, beyond anything else. So if people are complaining about the road and all that, please understand that the hospital project has become our #1 priority. We need to finish that project. And we were delayed because of Culturama and the C50 celebrations and the homecoming.
No,
But
that's not it.
now we're ready to move on with that. So I'll have to come back to you with precise dates, but that is the thinking at this point.
that not it, but that is an important one too. The man just said, we ready now. It was delayed by C50. C50 been, when I really think about it, C50 been 2 months ago.
Hmm.
This are October now. We ready to go. I'm gonna got to come back to you with a date though, but we're ready to go. Um,
Alan,
mhm.
you know how Miami got carnival? Like Miami has a carnival and Orlando has a carnival.
I have heard so. Miami Carnival in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You think the government would stop a hospital project to allow Miami carnival to go forward?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That's all. No, no.
Because Miami was hosting
No.
Carnival, that they would not matter in the slightest. Um, One of the things I'm glad you bring up, you play that there too, is there is something which speaks about the auditor, and I hope that this is reflected in the auditor's conclusion when they end up giving their report.
Mm.
Um, when money is budgeted,
Mm-hmm.
obviously money is supposed to be budgeted for particular purposes. It seems as though what the premier has been saying month after month, we have enough regarding of this, that funds were diverted from the hospital in
Mm.
order to host culture. So I hope that this is reflected in the appropriate, I think, is warrants or some kind of thing you're supposed to sign.
Mm.
But I don't feel like this supposed to just slide through like so without nobody taking notice that funds once again, because it's for
Mm-hmm.
years now we have been hearing, yeah, this is gonna be done, and then all kind of things end up happening. I think we hear funds were diverted due to um water being a priority. Now
Mm.
culture armor is has taken a priority. It's good that we're not here COVID no more, but because these funds were budgeted for a particular purpose, and it has been said have been used to upgrade facilities for culture and them kind of thing. I hope that that is reflected and that we could really see how much money was actually spent in order to in order for the hosting of culture 50. I would like to see that.
Mm. That's not happening.
But no, but anyway, that's something. I'm actually looking for the thing here now, because as I tell you, right, you got the auditor's report.
When that happened in
Or the
US.
auditor's report. Every
Yeah.
year it does happen. Okay.
By
Let me
independent
get
source. Like
yeah.
it. Well, I mean, with okay, what the
Okay.
auditing
Okay.
report consists
Okay.
of,
Let me give you an example of a conclusion, right? This is
not
for
the hospital
2009.
projects and stuff. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Everything. I won't give you one for 2019. No. This is just the
Mm.
conclusion. Expenditure for electricity across government amounted to 7.07 million, yet its budget was only 6 million, which resulted in an excess of 1.07 million. Electricity expense has increased by 0.84 million from the previous year, and it is a cause for concern as government needs to reduce waste. Um, Listen to that, eh? The extra payment of salaries, wages, and pensions was 6.42 million, but there was no amount budgeted for it. In fact, this item has never been expressly budgeted for in all the years that payments have been made, but it has had a big overall effect on the expenditure performance. You hear what I just tell you? $6.4 million was paid in 2019, and the auditor is saying this line item has never ever been budgeted for in all of the years. We don't hear this shit. But that's what I'm telling you. I like the budget, the auditor report. The auditor does come with the shit. You want more? I got that money.
Yeah, I want to hear something else.
Okay. Just come to the audit office that the appropriation warrants have been granted to cover national celebrations and outstanding bills for cultural events for the past 2 years. So that would extend back to 2018. Appropriation warrants were granted for national celebrations in the amount of $300,000 for 2019 and $2,000 for 2018. Also, appropriation warrants were approved for outstanding bills for cultural events of $833,300 for 2019 and $765,000 for 2018. This raises concerns whether the usual budgetary requirements do not apply. Department should not be making commitments to procure goods and services without first having a budget in place. In fact, appropriation warrants are primarily used to cover unforeseen expenditure or that which could not have been reasonably estimated at budget time. Audit is not convinced these events meet the criteria. Culturama is certainly not new or an unexpected phenomenon and must by now have well-developed planning processes. There can hardly be a compelling argument for hosting an entertainment to be allocated a mere $150,000 and then incur $634,000. Proper budgeting analysis needs to be done to minimize these things. $150,000, man, and then I run up that there to 634. Yeah, I like the audit report. Love the document. Better than the budget.
Yeah, I gotta start reading that. I have to start reading that document. Otherwise, I shut it off.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's time for it's time
Indeed,
for
man.
you to-
Indeed, man. Indeed.
yeah. All right, everyone. I don't take us out.
Good evening, everybody. First week in October. Coming on to the end of the year. I don't know. I got to lock eye on. 2 in the afternoon, night I come a little quicker now. And Christmas I come too. So, it's that time of year. Lock eye do and stay safe. Have a good night. Boy, Javan, the broiler just like at the hospital and everything, boy. I'll make you tell you about the broiler is $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month. That's all I can tell you about the broiler.
You know what that mean, but anyway, as Alan said, have a good night, everyone. We're out.
Daddy Red.
Yeah.